truck and I'm driving. Maybe one exit down. Oh, snap. He's the real snap. I forgot the Super Bowl's in. But, like I said, I made sure that I did bring out they hate us because they're jealous of us. Sure.
I always want to put one more syllable. Jealous of us. I think I put too many S's.
Yeah, you put too many S's. S-U-S.
Easy to put S's. Just pinch of S's. All right, we're going to get this thing going soon. I mean, it is 11 o'clock, 10:59. Oh, no, just clicked over. 11 o'clock.
I don't know about Bill, but I would say you might get about 6 or 7 guys.
You might get like some Gronkowski brothers too. Do they count?
Yeah, they count. You know what I mean? If your last name's Gronkowski, you count. And like I said, when we talked to Brady this morning, that was the biggest thing that he said is, hey, listen, I expect Edelman and Gronkowski to have their shirts off, and I'll be disappointed if they don't. So I can see Tom going to those boys, hey, make sure those shirts come off when we get through the first block. Let's have a good time with these fans. Who knows, maybe even Brady.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You think he'll get in on that?
I don't know. Maybe,
No, I don't think so.
Maybe he takes his shirt off, you know?
Jeez.
Show some of his abs.
Oh, gosh. Wow.
Huh? You see that visual right there? Hey, you know what? Tom Brady. I mean, you think about this is the greatest quarterback in the world.
I mean, it is a rolling advertisement for the TB12 method.
Right, and it's a beautiful day. I mean, you know, and the weather's...
This is cool. Sorry to interrupt you, but this is my favorite when you see, you know, construction workers or
Right.
electricians or guys working on a building or women, and they come out and they're just chilling on the balconies. That's so awesome.
Yeah, and that's you know, and that's the thing about, like I said, with the signs and stuff, as they go down Boylston Street, as you're looking up as a player, you'll see all these people hanging out windows and throwing signs out windows.
Those are the days when you want to go to work. You're like, oh, you work along Boylston? I will be there.
Right, because you have the best view on the house. So
I would love to talk business with you.
I like this guy here. He's like at the top of this like pole here, trying to get the
making me nervous.
get
There's
the
two
flag.
guys up there.
But it's an amazing day. I mean, the weather is beautiful. That's why I know, without a shadow of a doubt, I know that
Big turnout.
God is a Patriots fan.
Oh my God.
Because he said, you know what, their sixth Super Bowl. Last time, you know, I had to give him a little bit of bad weather.
Well, you know, 7 is the like number of God, so maybe there's another one on the horizon.
Oh, there's more than one on the horizon. Tom and Bill ain't going nowhere. There's probably another 2 on the horizon.
Tom and Bill, you heard it here first. 2 more on the horizon. We'll be back in like 2 minutes, taking a quick break, and then we'll get you right back out to the crib. Game. She is adorable. Right. Vivian Brady, big fan of Vivian Brady, big fan of the double bow action.
Yeah, and he said he didn't know if she was going to come because he said she wasn't feeling good.
Aww.
Yes, but you know, he said he was going to see if, you know, Giselle would obviously let her come out and experience this day. So yeah,
she looks just like Giselle. So sweet.
Yeah.
She stole the show at the Super Bowl. Afterwards, I should say.
Look at Tom Brady. Tell you what, guys always got style, huh?
Wiggy,
hat and sunglasses.
why did we wear camo today? Who told us to wear pink and purple today?
It's camo. Yeah, we should have wore that.
Camo.
Trying to think, do I have some camo?
Everyone has some camo.
Yeah, I got somewhere. They're starting to load up here, huh?
I mean, I'm from backwoods in Pennsylvania, so I definitely have some
loading
camo.
up now. What's that looks like? That looks like the defensive line duck boat there. Trey Flowers, I just saw. I tell you, man, this is an amazing time.
You got the cheerleaders there.
To be down there and experience it, or just to see it and watch it,
be a part of it. You're watching at home.
It's amazing. It's amazing. You know, I love the shots from up high.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
the aerial view.
Yeah, the helicopters.
We're gonna get you a drone, Wiggy.
To see a people.
Right.
We should have a drone out there.
We should. We do have a helicopter though, so that's okay.
So if we had a drone, we could have flown it right atop Brady's.
There might be some regulations.
Like airspace, like you got to be careful.
Yeah.
Or
gotta keep the goats safe.
Maybe we could have put like this is Wiggy's drone on it.
Wiggy's drone. Okay,
yeah.
We'll work on that for next year because apparently they're winning next year. We're going to join our partners, Boston 25, continuing the coverage of the Patriots Super Bowl 53 parade.
But yeah, that bird's eye view of what the players see, I really look forward to seeing that, and you will at home, I'm sure, as more buses continue to pour through and the police have come through. They get a big cheer here as well. You know, there's a lot of security, obviously, here. We can see people atop the buildings. We know that dump trucks have been placed all around, which is part of what we have to deal with in our society these days. But the police have it down. They've been very cordial with everyone. Everyone's been very cordial to them. It's a great atmosphere. It's celebratory. And now, Copley, I don't think I've ever seen it this packed. Maybe at the height of the Bruins or perhaps the Red Sox. So you're getting a sense that this is record-breaking territory when it comes to the attendance.
It's going to be a special day. That is the latest from Copley. We're going to send it back to Eugene and Sarah.
All right, and that shot of Tom Brady with his little girl right here, Vivian, and her little pigtails with the blue ribbons is just so special. He and Giselle talked so much about family and how important it is to them and finding balance with their busy lives. And just to see him bring her and his children to everything from the Super Bowl game and having them run on the field and give hugs to this is just
well, someone handed him a sign
precious.
there with it looks like a goat, and then there was a ram with a circle line through it, like no goats allowed sort of thing there. But she had also the look on her face of many Patriots fans who are out there right now waiting. It's like, can we get this thing going, please?
It reminds me of my daughter. When are we going to be there? When is it going to be over?
She's ready to go.
So precious. I love that. That definitely is going viral on social media today.
All right, we have to, and there you see Commissioner William Gross, who's checking with some of his uniformed personnel out there, and also undercover cops who are keeping things safe for everybody out there. Get a whole group of law enforcement that are making sure this parade stays safe. So that he's out there making sure everybody's doing their job. We have to take a break, but we're going to offset here so you won't lose the shot. You'll be able to continue to watch what's going on, and we'll do that as we take this time out and continue with our live coverage of this rolling rally celebrating the Super Bowl champion New England Patriots.
Who's these two?
We're going to continue our coverage. We're gonna piggyback on that. We're going to take a break as well. Let them load up.
No breaks. We shouldn't be taking any breaks here.
No breaks. No, we're taking a break. We'll be right back and hoping
gotta pay the bills, right?
They'll be cruising.
Don't be hypnotized by all the claims offering the best deals. Snap out of it and focus on deals that include no-cost maintenance and advanced safety technology at the Toyota Washington's Birthday Sales Event. Get no-cost maintenance and Toyota Safety Sense technology with a $228 a month Tacoma 4x4 lease. That's just $228 a month, making it the lowest payment ever for the rugged 2019 Tacoma 4x4. The Toyota Washington's Birthday Sales Event ends February 18th. Toyota, let's go places.
Cross Insurance, what started in 1954, continues today. A passion for working as part of your team to take care of all your commercial insurance needs with prompt and personal service that can only come from a family-run business. Log on.
2018, you got all the most recent championships. Look at the Gronk on the base of the board.
Yeah,
Little
right.
Gronk face there.
I tell you, the cool thing too is some of the signs that go.
That's very creative.
The creativity that goes into the signs and the things of that nature. The players love that. They love seeing
Right.
those signs and they want to be able to get those. The over and under, we had 4 on players taking their shirts off. I want to know I wonder if we're going to put an over and under for guys who get off of the duck boat.
Oh, look at that guy. All right, we're going out to the parade. We're going to join our partners over at Boston 25. Robert Kraft, everyone.
Yes.
Hey, Gene. Yeah, it's just about to get started here. I'm sure you guys can see. I'm looking at my monitor. The duck boats are just about to pull out from Dalton Street to head out down Boylston. Just saw a couple of trucks go by, and you can see the Lombardi Trophy up there on the first boat, just about to come out down here. And you take a look at the crowd. They're going nuts. They're so ready for this thing. People have been out here waiting for hours to see these guys, and this is the moment they have all been waiting for. Finally, see the Patriots head out as Super Bowl champions down Boylston Street. This is the first duck boat that we're seeing, and you can see atop there the Lombardi Trophy. I'm having a hard time seeing who is holding it there, if you guys can see inside. But they are about to make their way down the street here, and this is by far the biggest crowd I think I've ever seen at a championship parade here in Boston, which says a lot because, as you guys know, we've seen a lot of these here in town. But again, these are the first ones just about to head out from Boylston and from Dalton Street down Boylston. You're going to hear the crowd going nuts right now. You see the confetti flying too. And here we go. And this one, you can see the Kraft family up there.
And Jess, you can see that's Ty Law, who's on the boat there as well with the Patriots, newly inducted, or not inducted yet, but newly selected to the Hall of Fame, the first Patriot really from this dynasty run who's been so honored. And he is on that duck boat there with the Krafts. We saw Robert and Jonathan and Danny Kraft as well, one of Bob Kraft's other sons, holding the championship trophy. So it has been quite a ride for that family all the way through. And Josh McDaniels, the offensive coordinator, holding another one of those trophies, always rumored to be heading somewhere. Remember, he could very well have been the coach of the Indianapolis Colts right now, but at the last minute last year, he backed out, decided to stay with New England, and now he's got another Super Bowl ring.
And I'm sure he thinks he made an incredible decision, and so did everybody else. But as we take a live look right now, as you see, this is the second boat to cruise there. I think that's Linda Holliday and Bill Belichick right there. Linda's daughters, the Hess twins, all waving to the fans. I'm sure they can't believe they are here for the 6th time. This team has worked so incredibly hard, and now another duck boat parade, Gene.
It is another championship. Bill Belichick he and Tom Brady and the Kraft family, they've been the ones who've been on all 6 of these championship parades. And what's interesting, I saw an interview prior to the Super Bowl with the former Celtics coach Doc Rivers. And when they were playing the Lakers in the NBA Finals in 2008, he said that Bill Belichick came in to kind of give a pep talk to his team, and they wound up beating the Lakers in that series. So maybe you give Bill Belichick a 7th championship because he helped motivate the Celtics there in 2008 as well. Our Bob Ward is on the media duck boat right now. We want to check in with Bob. How's it looking out there, Bob?
Boylston Street. We just took a right onto Boylston Street, and we can see the Super Bowl trophy ahead of us. We're coming up on the Boston Marathon.
All right, that shot will work to get back with Bob Ward momentarily, but you got the sense of how loud it was out there, and these duck boats are now starting to make their way down. That's Patriots operations folks, scouts, everybody in the organization wants to come out and take part in this thing. They're all lining up on those boats as well. And here comes one of the flatbeds that's working its way down as well. It will have other Patriots personnel on there as well. That could be an alumni group as well. It looks like that's the alumni signage on there as well for for fans to understand who exactly is on that, and then it may actually be some current players as well. So there's a good mix out there. Want to check in now with Mark Ockerbloom and Vanessa Welsh. They are down there in Copley Square, and that's where the parade is starting to head down in your direction right now.
It certainly is, the anticipation building, and we're seeing now, if we really look far down Boylston Street, we can actually see the blue lights that are going to precede those duck boats as the police make their way down here, and as people start to get an idea that the Duran Harmons of the world, Nate Ebner, Patrick Chung, who of course suffered that arm injury and was knocked out, right along on this duck boat, this flatbed right here, as it were.
And the weather just keeps getting warmer. The sun is shining. It is a perfect day for this duck boat parade, and the fans out here being very patient as they await their Super Bowl champs, Patriots, for the 6th time.
I mean, it's almost the calm before the storm, you know? They're building with anticipation. They can't wait to blow the top off. And as we look over our shoulder, once they start coming down here, you'll hear what amounts to a wall of sound. And it comes from the far part to the left here and makes its way between these tall buildings and really advances right in front of these players before they come by, and everybody gets a chance to look at them, wave to them, yell to them, scream to them about how much they appreciate what they've done on the football field and all the success they've brought to New England.
And we have all been anticipating this day, but as you could see the fans there, the smiles on their faces, we also see those same smiles on the players' faces. They have been anticipating this moment, ready to experience the excitement of this and soak it all in with their families.
As you look at the crowd building along the route, we can see up there in different parts, but I think Copley is one of the premier places to be because you have a big green space here as well, and you have the Old South Church. They packed it on those steps. You've got some steps to go up above the people that are down in front along the fences. Same thing for the Boston Public Library, but they're filled to right up to the walls there. You can't get in now.
You can't. We have seen some kids on their parents' shoulders so that they can get a little bit of a view over the crowds that are packed in here like sardines.
Yeah, that's a great place to be.
Exactly, if you're small enough, right? We also have seen people out on the balconies as well, just soaking it all in. That is the latest from Copley. We'll send it back to you, Gene and Sarah.
All right, just an amazing scene. We have seen Bob Kraft go by with his sons. We saw Bill Belichick with his girlfriend Linda Holliday and her daughters. We saw Tom Brady earlier with his daughter, and look at these Lombardi trophies everywhere, Gene.
They're just all over the place.
They're just all over the place.
You know? That's what happens in February. There's a parade that comes through the city of Boston.
And there is Tom Brady right now with his daughter, which is just a really special sight. I think that she's probably at the age right now where she really understands and feels the energy and understands what's actually happening.
Get the Brady chants going up. We have to take a quick break, but we'll continue the coverage. You won't lose sight of what we're seeing here, but we do have to take a
Covering this 2 years ago, and the guys would go by, especially on these flatbed trucks. You see them like they're congregating in the middle. They're not even waving. So you're just like, wait, is that? No, that's not McCourty. He's not in front of his sign. No, that's somebody. It's just like they're, they have the nameplates there in front of them, but they're just chilling at the party.
It's good that they're wearing their jerseys,
right?
Because
exactly.
Now you're able to know who guys are wearing their jerseys.
Well, yeah, last time they were just all in black puffy coats.
Right.
Everyone was in the same coat.
You didn't know who everybody was, but the thing that they do a good job of is, they put on the side of the duck boats like positions and things of that nature, and they know football operations. Alumni has.
Oh, we got a lightsaber.
Yeah.
Is that Brady's son?
No,
I
don't know. They're wearing it. Looks like they're wearing a number single digit.
I can't see that.
Only a Brian Hoyer. Let's see what that is there. That is Brady, because that's Brady in the with the fatigue.
I'm looking for the pigtails.
Brady's wearing the fatigue vest. That was
Okay.
Brady's.
Okay.
You know who I think it was? I think it was Hoyer's kids because it looked like it was number 2 jersey.
Because Brady and Edelman were having lightsaber fights at Disney just yesterday.
Yeah, there's Gronkowski, right? That looks like Gronk. We see Gronk there. I see a Gronk sighting.
Yep, Gronk
Move
right
the
there.
signs. There he is. The head's bobbing. Oh man,
That's awesome. So many cameras on that flatbed truck, and you can see the speakers that I talked about that are larger than human beings.
Because it's the music. You know, you add that music, you add that element to it. It's just a.
It's a vibe, as the kids would say, Wiggy.
Yes, it is. You love it. They play some of that, you know, all we do is win, and it gets the crowd going, and, you know, the guys start dancing, and they're shooting off the confetti, as you can see right there.
I haven't seen anybody in trees yet. Usually that's a popular destination.
You know, the beginning of Boylston Street, there's not as many trees. You got to wait till you get down to more of more of the Boston Common Public Garden area.
Okay, that's where you're going to find the best trees for sitting.
Yeah, that's where more of the trees are, so you get you a nice, you know,
perch.
You get you up there like you're duck hunting or something like that, or deer hunting, and you get you a nice view from up top.
Deer hunting for sure.
Yeah.
No tree stand needed.
Yeah. So, and then you look at. I mean, you just look at this. Look at this parade. Offensive lineman right there. There's a couple guys you can see. I don't know. See, there you go.
Is that a dilly dilly man?
Those looks like that's the dilly dilly, the Bud Light.
Everyone has the cutest pigtails. I'm putting we're going to toss it back to Boston 25, and I'm going to put my hair in pigtails. Do you have any ribbon?
This David Andrews, Patriots center. And look at they've got the guy, the Bud Light guy there too. It looks like, right? He's from Dilly Dilly to you, my friend. A little sponsorship plug for him, but that's the dude. How cool for that guy.
How cool for that guy. I love it.
I think it's a nice touch. Maybe I'm overreacting there. But in any event, the offensive line did a fantastic job. They really came around opening up holes for Sony Michel, protecting Tom Brady. What was he hit once in all of the playoffs this year? So he really did a remarkable job. Dante Scarnecchia, the offensive line coach, with that unit, what they did was really remarkable. So congratulations to them, and they're certainly enjoying it. That tight-knit group of offensive linemen.
And as you look right now, you can see the Patriots cheerleaders also just so happy to be part of this. I don't know how long these cheerleaders have been part of this team, but they too get to be part of this rolling rally every single time the Patriots they win the Super Bowl. Live look right now, you can hear the energy of the crowd as these duck boats continue to fly by. It just gets louder and louder and louder. But the really wonderful thing is that it's not just the players on board, it's everyone on the coaching staff, the cheerleaders, the family, the kids.
Pat Patriot on there too. We're happy to see that after the incident in the Pro Bowl where he got tackled, that he's recovered and is back out there to enjoy the rolling rally. And the cheerleaders, of course, this is easy for them today to get the crowd going. This doesn't require much effort on their part because people are ready to just celebrate another championship with these guys. And a big thank you for all that they've done. And there's Pat, there's 5, there's 6, he's got it.
And hopefully 7. We're going to see you next year for 7. Wow, he is just getting that crowd pumped up. They're going to head down Boylston Street, past Boston Common, towards City Hall as you take a live look at some of our other fabulous players.
Dante Hightower and Kyle Van Noy. They had terrific Super Bowls, sparking that Patriot defense there. And you see Van Noy waving his cap, and he's got that trophy right there in his lap. And those linebackers played great. They deserve to be carrying one of the 6 as well.
And we are going to come back right after this with more on the Patriots rolling rally.
Kyle Van Noy, as I said, you just saw him right there holding one of the trophies. He was responsible for Suffolk canceling classes between 10 and 4 today.
Well, good job by Kyle Van Noy. I mean, you see, it was Dante Hightower was next to him. I really enjoy seeing these guys, you know, seeing them having fun out there. You know, Gronk does a great job of really enjoying the atmosphere, because that's what it's about, right? You're down there, you're a fan, you want to see these guys, you want to try to get as close as you can possibly get, maybe catch some eye contact or that kind of thing.
Do I look like Vivian Brady?
You actually look like Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz.
I have a black cat that could stand in as Toto, but
that's what you look like.
we have actually breaking news from Nessun.com's Zach Cox.
Okay.
We have visual confirmation that Rob Gronkowski is slugging wine out of a bottle.
Oh.
Classy.
Shirt on or shirt off? We're gonna have
it's a developing story.
Right.
We'll get you more details.
Details are still trickling in, as they like to say.
Shirt is on. Can confirm.
Yeah. Well, it's still early. The parade just started. Give him some time.
The interns are running through the newsroom gathering information.
Give him some time. But this is the thing. You look at this. I wish I was on the duck boat, but guess what? Hey, I'm here. I'm enjoying it with you. We're gonna make it as fun as we could possibly make it. Here
I'm having fun.
in studio, but when you're on the duck boat and you're on that rolling rally, it's like it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Don't do it.
6. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm jealous of that. I don't know.
Jellificus.
I will get it by the end of the parade. We've got some time left.
Yes.
We need to get another visual of Gronk. We'll keep you posted though. But as of right now, shirt is on, wine out of the bottle. We'll keep you posted with the latest updates.
Him and Edelman.
Him and Edelman. We don't know what Edelman is drinking today, but
yeah,
we'll work on
I'm guessing that they're probably going to stay nice and hydrated. Whether whether that's the Bud Light guy. That's the actual guy from the Bud Light commercials who plays the Kings.
Awesome.
So they get a little dilly there.
How awesome was that NFL 100 commercial?
That was pretty cool.
That was so cool.
I love Tom Brady when he gives Baker Mayfield. He's like, hold my rings.
He goes, get out there, old man, and he has to take off all 5 of his rings.
Hold these.
So sick. All right, back out.
Parades through Boston.
Yeah, I think by far, just counting like that, it looks like it's at least 30 deep, if that's actually possible. Security is massive right there. I remember at the last Red Sox parade, people were throwing beers back and forth.
By the way, there's Ryan Allen, the Patriots punter, number 6 there. He could very well have been, he was mentioned as MVP, Julian Edelman.
Julian Edelman.
Still there with the beard. That's coming off at some point, but not yet.
Julian Edelman there waving to the crowd. He and Tom Brady just got back from Disneyland, so this is their second parade in about 24 hours.
Joe Cardona also on board there, and Chris Hogan's on that as well. So those guys are having a good time waving to the crowd, and all of them, as mentioned, all of these guys played a role in the Patriots' success this season, and certainly in the postseason run and in the playoffs, in the Super Bowl rather, in particular. And Julian Edelman just getting the MVP award, and you have to think what some ups and downs that he's had, and to finally be in this position with his 4-game suspension and the injuries last year, and now sitting here on a duck boat as MVP and Super Bowl champ. And there's another duck boat loaded with Patriot players on board. As those guys, it looks like the defensive players on there with Malcolm Brown and Trey Flowers and some of the other guys who are they've kind of been grouped by positions here. And when the teams play and practice during the course of the year, they stick to positions, all of their groups. So they spend a lot of time together and do all things together during the course of the season, different meetings and getting together. So they've kind of kept them together in those same position groups as they head out and work their way down on the duck boat. So you can see the finish line of the marathon there as they get very close to the Ak and Vanessa's broadcast location for this rolling rally. We're going to check in with them down there in just a minute, if they can even hear us right now, because we know the crowd is deafening. 100%. And you think about Tom Brady has been through this 6 times, so has Bill Belichick, and a handful of these guys, maybe a dozen or so, have been through it maybe 3 times. But to think about some of these fellows on the team, this is their first experience in the rolling rally. I mean, think of someone like Sony Michel in college last year, the disappointment of losing the national championship game, and here it is a year later, and he's in Boston with a Lombardi trophy celebrating a Super Bowl championship. Quite a story. Oh, quite a story, and you have to imagine his family watching this unfold as well. Just so proud as you take a look at that
confetti and the noise. We want to head into the middle of it with Mark Ackerbloom and Vanessa Welch. Can you hear anything out there, guys?
It's definitely getting harder to hear you. That confetti truck is rolling through and the fans are going nuts.
And if you look back down Boylston Street or up Boylston Street, you can see the duck boats are starting to come by the Boston Public Library, and people really start to get into it. One fan feeds off the other, and so on and so forth. It's the domino effect when the sound starts to go down the street. We heard it way back there. People saw the first flakes of confetti coming up.
And they started to get excited.
And they jumped right in, absolutely.
We are hearing the cowbells ring. People are chanting and cheering. The atmosphere is just incredible.
Unreal, and you can't help but look over your shoulder, but you can see that the first duck boats are only now about 100 yards from us.
Right.
And of course, they're going to be streaming along here for some time. It'll be deafening here in Copley Square, I can guarantee that. Thousands upon thousands of people packed in here, and you get the horns blowing and everything else. It is something to behold for sure.
And
interesting.
As those duck boats start to arrive, this is what the fans have been waiting for. You see Bob Kraft carrying the trophy as well. 2 Lombardi trophies on this one.
You know, it's interesting. It's almost like Oprah. You get a Lombardi trophy, and you get a Lombardi trophy, and you get a Lombardi trophy. They had to do that 6 times with these duck boats. Incredible.
This has to be just so special for Bob Kraft. And, you know, one of the rare times we see him in a sweatshirt. He's always decked out in a fabulous suit, but good to see him casual and taking this all in with his fans.
No doubt wearing his Nikes that he likes to wear as well. He even have a suit on, still has the sneakers going. Strong sneaker game. But Bob Kraft, even stronger with that medal in his hand, the Lombardi Trophy. Interested to know which one he's holding. Is that the most recent? The first? Be kind of an interesting story. The bottom line is we got it. It's ours. We own it. The Patriots own it. New England owns it.
That's right, and he is here, and the fans, as Bob Kraft comes in, they are going nuts. We have seen signs that say Kraft for president all over this afternoon. This is the man they wanted to see. They are fired up right now.
And behind them will be the players as well, as Gene and Sarah have pointed out. They are coming in as different groups. Obviously the defense, the offense, the MVP is going to be there. And, of course, the GOAT, Tom Brady. As you take a look, I can see my first Lombardi trophy now. It's right over our shoulder. There's Bob Kraft holding it high. And on the other side, his son Jonathan is bookending it with his own Lombardi trophy.
So exciting for this family and the dynasty that they have built, being celebrated this afternoon with their 6th Super Bowl win.
Well, they're people from right here in New England. You know, they bought the team. They were season ticket holders for the longest time. And then Bob Kraft one day said, I'm buying them. He went out, did it, and look what he has done.
And as you read Bob Kraft's lips there, he is saying thank you to the fans. Thank you for supporting us. Let's go.
Amazing to see.
And there's Jonathan Kraft, his son, with the other Lombardi trophy as well.
Look at that chain around his neck that said championship,
That's
blinged
sick.
out.
That is a statement piece, if
It's
you will.
trophies everywhere. Trophies everywhere.
So many fingerprints on them. I just want to like Windex all of them.
You know, it's an amazing feeling to hold up that Lombardi trophy.
Still here, all the signs out there. You know what's funny? My producer Ashley just told me on Good Morning America, Tom Brady actually told Michael Strahan, I believe, yesterday when he was in Disney World, that he doesn't like being called the GOAT. It makes him cringe.
Well, because if you know Tom Brady,
I'm a real boy.
If you know Tom Brady, it's all about the team with him.
Yeah.
He doesn't want I mean, of course he loves the individual accolades, you know, at the end of the day,
And in quiet.
To show about, you know, how his career and he's been able to do a lot of things. But at the end of the day, he looks at himself as, hey, listen, the only reason why people can say that is because of all the teammates that I've had that have kind of helped me out throughout the.
Look at the defensive effort this last weekend.
Right, so that's why he's one of those guys that's like not a huge fan on saying, you know, the GOAT, because that puts him ahead of the team, and he knows the way it operates there in New England. It's always about team first, players second. Like that guy, Bill Belichick, an unbelievable coach right there. One of the best coaches I've been around. You normally don't get to see him with a smile on his face.
Oh my gosh.
It's always good to see him with that smile on his face and see him enjoy this, because
he deserves it.
He deserves it, but he loves to win, and it's about championships. And I know you mentioned the boat he has his boat now.
Right.
And on the side of his boat, it says what, 7 rings?
Well, so he changes the name of his boat every time. So he changed it obviously 2 years ago when they won the Super Bowl to, I believe, 7 rings because he won 2
with the
Giants. But now he's on to changing his boat name. That's the next thing on his to-do list.
And you know the
offseason.
Patriots plane, they're going to have to add another trophy, because if they're on the Patriots plane, they have all the Lombardi trophies on the tail.
The Patriots tweeted a photo of that, like a zoomed-in photo of, I guess is it on the wing?
It's on the tail.
On the tail. So they had a zoomed-in photo of the tail with the 5 trophies, excuse me, and they said, guess we need a new plane.
Yeah, well, you know what?
Well, they have 2,
Well,
so.
you know what? They're going to need another one now so they can, they're just going to have to keep buying planes because they keep winning Super Bowls. They're going to have to keep adding Lombardi trophies to the tail of it.
So what is that ratio? So it's like 2 to 5, 3 to 6. That's how the ratio goes. Like 2 planes for 5 Super Bowls, 3 planes.
Yeah.
I think they could just get a new paint job.
Yeah, well, why get a new paint job when you can buy a new plane? When you see the chain around, shirt off right
breaking
there.
Breaking news.
Yes, we have a shirt off by, let's see who that is. It's somebody on the defensive backs duck boat right there. Can't really see the number, but the shirt is off.
Over/under was set at 4. Is it number 50? I can't see.
It looks like that's the defensive back. There's Jonathan Jones right there. There's Jason McCourty. There's Deron Harmon rocking the Patriots. There's
Stephon Gilmore. Oh, look at his shirt. Happy Gilmore. That's sick.
Yeah.
It should have been a Bruins jersey, though.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
That would have been cool.
He might not know that reference, though. You know what I mean? He might not have seen the movie Happy Gilmore and know that reference.
Man.
So we got 1 shirt off. We need 3 more to go, right?
Well, you said over. You need 4 more.
Well, don't I get the 4?
No.
So I gotta go over 4?
Yes,
I don't
over.
get the 4?
No, I'm not giving it to
so
you.
we need 4 more guys to take their shirts off.
Oh my gosh. Did you ever think you would say those words, Jermaine Wiggins?
Only at a parade.
Oh man, these guys still trying to get the flag squared away.
No,
Look at the size of a human being. I'm comparing human beings to the speakers are huge.
Right.
The human being compared to that flag is just insane.
Well, you know what? They probably got the best view in the house. Don't let them fool you up there. They probably got the flag. Now I think they're just chilling up there because they know that's the best view in the house.
I'm getting anxiety from this camera angle.
Look at that flag right there.
That is a beautiful thing. That's going to be your screensaver.
There's Tom Brady. I don't want to call him the GOAT. He's obviously his son Jack next to him.
It's so sweet. Look at his daughter. Whoa, she lifted that trophy up.
Yeah, she was holding the trophy.
How much does that weigh?
They're not heavy. They're light. They're light.
She's like, give it back. I need that.
It's he rocking you see he's rocking the number 6 shirt. Remember when he had the number 5 shirt?
So he came out, yes, with with all the 6 gear. I saw that on Facebook yesterday,
a little
I believe.
Canada Goose vest right there.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
The camo.
Style right there.
He
Style
is all
performance.
coordinated.
This guy here, man. I'll tell you what.
Let's
now
go.
everybody's gonna be wearing vests now.
Do we get another season of Tom versus Time? Do you think?
I think that you're gonna get, with his that what's that religion of sports thing that he has there, him and Strahan. I think you're gonna get a lot of stuff. I think you're gonna get a lot of like behind the scenes stuff. I think you'll get another Tom versus Time or something along those lines. Think about this. This guy has just won a 6th championship, and he is still not going anywhere.
No.
When you talk about we're still here, the new line should be he's not going nowhere.
I think that's too long.
Okay.
We'll work on it. It's a working title.
How about if TB12 is still here?
Okay.
You like that?
How about
We gotta try to come up with something.
here till 12?
Here till 12.
He's getting 12 rings because he's number 12.
Okay. All right. I would
But
take
that
the
goes
12
past
rings.
his 45th year.
So he's at number 6, so he needs 6 more.
So he's only going to get 4 more if he plays till 45.
Okay, so
Congrats.
he's going to need, he's going to have to play a little bit longer than 45, maybe late 40s,
Good
early
thing we
50s.
stayed in school. Our math is on point.
I was good in math.
Ooh, yeah.
Any other subject?
Oh my
Let's
gosh.
draw.
Okay, he's got the
It's like
the
sombrero. Like is that what they call that? A
he's
sombrero?
got the fiesta. I can't say it. Oh my gosh, what's it called? Poncho. Is it
Poncho. There it is.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
We don't have a visual of the wine bottle, but
No,
there's a lot of
not
jumping
yet.
going
There's a
on.
lot of moving around there. I see some
he caught something.
He said, there you go. As long as they're looking, I told you he'd get it and spike it.
We got a spike. Yeah, but he has to drink.
We got a
Gosh.
football.
Gronk needs to work on his catching abilities.
Well, you know what? He caught it pretty good against the Rams.
I haven't ever tried to catch a cold, slippery beer can in a poncho while jumping up and down on a moving vehicle.
Well, we're gonna see if we can get that. We're gonna have to try that. Maybe that'll be like see how difficult it is. You know how they have the sports science.
Yes, it'll be sports science, but it'll be like the Pro Bowl next year.
Casey though, we're gonna put Casey up like on a moving vehicle in a poncho, and we're gonna throw.
And I have to jump, and I have to have had a whole bottle of wine apparently.
Right, well, you know, you got to make sure you got something going on.
We're gonna cut ourselves off before we get ahead of ourselves. We'll go back to Boston 25.
Once as the confetti blows through. This offensive line was outstanding in the postseason. They allowed Tom Brady, Sony Michel to do what they do best. Gronk, Edelman. You know, it starts with the big guys, the big hogs on the line. We're down in Atlanta. Good story. Our photographer was out at Waffle House. A little late. We had finished, the late night newscasts, and then a little bit after that they were out. These guys come in for breakfast. David Andrews. Nice. Of course, we went to Georgia, the center, with a bunch of his guys, and they ate a lot of Waffle House.
I'm sure they did.
Always love to give these guys a shout out because they're unheralded a lot of times. You see the stars, you see an Edelman make a play, a Gronk, a Michel, a Brady. You got to remember.
Coverage of the Patriots Super Bowl 53 Victory Parade is brought to you by buyatoyota.com. Buyatoyota.com, Toyota's official website for deals. Coverage of the Patriots Super Bowl 53 Victory Parade is brought to you by buyatoyota.com. Buyatoyota.com, Toyota's official website for deals.
Them on the blue duck boat there.
They were a big hit down in Atlanta, and of course right here in New England. As the rolling rally rolls through here in Copley Square, you're looking at it, folks. Your six-time champion New England Patriots celebrating in the sunshine.
And just take it all in, soak up that sun, soak up this excitement and this moment as we celebrate our Super Bowl champs once again.
Even the kids have their shirts on, along with the players. More cheerleaders. We've got a flatbed truck still to come. We've got the MVP still to come in Julian Edelman. Lots more to go. Confetti still blowing up the street of Boylston. And we're packed in now. I mean, if you measure this side to side across the street, you got to guesstimate if they're 10 deep to start the day, they're about 150 deep now.
My dear friend Holly and Coach Jack Easterby just came by as well. Good to see them. Dante Hightower.
How about Dante Hightower? Wins national championships at Alabama and then comes to New England and wins Super Bowls here. That's a trophy collection of the highest order. Tom Brady never won a national championship.
And we
Hightower's won several.
He is awesome, and we see Van Noy as well.
Here he is.
Kyle Van Noy with the trophy.
Thanks. Kyle Van Noy, Dante Hightower. Huge games. Again, the defense guys right here. They say defense wins championships. We know that. Best in the biz right here.
This defense played so incredibly on Sunday. As we said earlier, Tom Brady said it was their best game of the season. So fun to see the players' wives soaking this up as well, dancing and enjoying. And the kids too.
Boy, I'll tell you what, all of these people have had some fun partying the last few days. They got plenty of energy today.
They sure do.
I'm impressed. How could you not have it, though, in an atmosphere like this? The duck boats continue to roll through.
And the fans are just going nuts. They are loving every minute of this.
I don't know that I would have ever predicted this being played in Boston at a championship parade.
We love it.
But I'm kind of catching on to the idea. I got to tell you. Just keep winning. They say we got everything. We even have LA's theme song.
In our Roll and Rally. We are going to take a quick break, but stay with Boston 25 News for live continuing coverage of the Rolling Rally for our New England Patriots.
The Red Sox tweeting, another parade and congratulations to the Patriots. I think them playing California Love was kind of a nod to the Red Sox. They kept playing New York, New York when they won.
Right.
Makes sense.
I think that it's like it's like
it's all
when you
Aaron
play
Judge's fault.
when you play those type of songs, it's like we own you. It's what we are now celebrating off of your music, and that was the Tupac California Love, basically saying we are celebrating having a good time off of your music here in Boston.
At your expense.
Yes, that's what it is.
And the California weather that we
And we like to celebrate on the people's.
Yes, and the California Wiggy's trying to have his own soundtrack over here. Oh my goodness.
Oh, Jesus.
Also shirtless count for
2.
Up to 2.
We had unknown player, and then we had
nameless player and nameless child.
That we will try to figure out who that was.
A little boy. I don't know
and
whose
a young
son that
boy
was. Yes.
On the shoulders of somebody.
This is my favorite. Just the projectile confetti. And there are those signs. You got the goat, which we're not supposed to say, greater than the ram.
Goat is greater than the ram.
More math. There was you know what? You don't need to go to school because Nesson's coverage of the parade is also
an educational show.
An educational show. Oh my gosh! Not only is it sports, it's also educational.
And you could tell that all these guys are having a blast. They're having a great time. My daughter, she just texted me from down there and sent me a video of where she is.
Oh right, she has great spot.
Yeah, she has a tremendous spot. So she has a good view. She saw the craft float go by.
Yep.
Here's Julian Edelman on his duck boat right there.
He's got his sleeves cut off, Wiggy.
Right. So it's like, come on, man. I need. What do I need? 3 more guys to take their shirts off. Come on,
I'm saying
Jules.
I'm cutting the sleeves off your sweatshirt in the next commercial break.
Come on, take the shirts off. I got to get the over going
there,
on.
He was ready for the football and he caught it.
It'll come though. A few more Bud Lights.
I want to know when the beard is going to go.
That should be coming because what's next? I think won't he go to do one of them Tonight shows?
Maybe.
So that might be it. I would say the beard is coming off in the next week or 2.
Okay.
Matthew Slater right there on Edelman's duck boat. Ryan Allen.
Oh, there. Okay, I see.
Yes, Matthew Slater's got the black hat on right there. Right.
I was never good at those Where's Waldo books.
Well, he just
I see him right there.
A lot of these guys.
Trees in the way. There's a lot of hands
these guys
in
here. without their shirts on because they wear helmets. It's unlike other sports.
Yes.
It's very difficult to notice who they are.
Love the belt. That is what we've been waiting for.
Trey Flowers holding up the WWE belt. Dedrick Wise posing right there. So you got to get up on the top platform.
You're the hype man. That's why you would be up there. Yes.
See, this is the lineman duck boats. There's a lot of big guys on there. There's not much room. So you got to be, there's a little platform in front of that boat. You see it right there, right to the left of Dedrick Wise.
Yes.
You got to get on there. Give yourself some room to maneuver. It's almost like surfing on top of the...
We're going to make Wiggy's to-do list for Boston sports celebrations, and we'll pass it out to all the rookies every year. Let's send it back to Boston 25.
Here. As we pull in the last few duck boats, and of course this will go down now to our other reporters along the route. But boy, I'll tell you what, coming through Copley Square, people
so fun.
Skip work, skip school. Some aren't old enough to go to school. We got little Brady's with scally caps on, sitting on Dad's shoulders. I mean, how great a shot is that? These kids, as we know, in the last 17 years, if you were born in New England, or if just a Patriots fan across the country, you live a charmed existence, kid. Trust me, at 17, none of this happened for me. Very little, maybe a Bruins.
Some of the Patriots staff members coming by now, and this has just been so much fun. I think my favorite part was when they played the music, when they played California, and when the players were dancing and just living it up, and when that confetti came through, it's a moment you just won't forget.
They jump around. right? With
Jump
Gronk.
around. That was
I'll never
so
forget
fun.
that. They were jumping up and down on the sidewalk, too. They wanted to do it right there with him. The duck boats, even the people who drive the duck boats and those who work on them are cheering on the fans as well.
Oh, I don't want it to be over. I'm sad. I
It's
want
all
more
right.
duck boats.
We'll do it again next year. Same place.
We
What do you
hope
think?
so. I would love that.
The rolling rally continues right here on Boston 25, and we know you're enjoying it because this is the 6th time we've been down this road. Your world champion Patriots, bathed in sunshine, February day, packed with people here in the city of Boston. You could not have asked for better as they celebrate yet another world championship.
The energy was just electric. So much fun dancing with the players and just taking it all in with them. What a special moment this was. And the fans are starting to depart now behind us, but they are filled up with joy after witnessing this.
It's going to take a while to clear out Copley Square, that's for sure. There's a lot of company here. If you're standing, you got to wait. You have really no place to go at the moment. A lot of people that look down the road here are still lingering as well. But I'll tell you what, it has been a fun ride along with these guys to watch them come through Copley. And I'll tell you what, for me, along the route, this was heaven.
It doesn't get any better. Let's send it back to Gene and Sarah in the studio.
All right, Mark, Vanessa, nice job there. Thank you so much. You can see this is a shot right down Boylston Street with the duck boats working their way now down toward the public garden and Boston Common. And we're going to check in with Nicole Oliverio and Chris Flanagan, who are stationed down there in just a moment as soon as those duck boats get a little bit closer to their vantage point. But really, the weather today has just been so spectacular, which is why we see such a great turnout. In fact, we see Chris and Nicole there now. So you guys get some action where you are. Let's find out what it looks like from your vantage point.
Yeah, Gene, Sarah, right on cue as the confetti comes through.
Nice confetti shower.
Yes, indeed.
It's like a nice storm. The wind's taking it perfectly throughout the air, and the crowd here electric. They've been waiting patiently for the parade to come through this part of Boylston Street.
And many people here, 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, waiting to see this as the parade now finally making its way through here. You see the Kraft family coming up, Bob Kraft and Jonathan Kraft with the Super Bowl trophies, the Vince Lombardi trophies, and this crowd, about 15, 20 deep, they are just going crazy. They've been waiting all morning for this. It's just an incredible sight here. It really is.
You know what's funny? You look down, it's hard to miss those 2 Lombardi trophies, man. They are shining there, and the crowd cheering by seeing the Kraft family holding up those Lombardi trophies.
Yeah, and so many kids you see out here on their parents' shoulders. Everybody has their smartphones out, cell phones, taking videos. It's another historic moment here for Patriots Nation here in Boston. You take a look here now. Bob Kraft, Jonathan Kraft on our side. Bob Kraft, of course, the owner on the far side here is the duck boats, the first of the duck boats roasted down here at Boylston Street. I have to say, Nicole, this is one of the best vantage points because you can see it all the way down Boylston, and you just feel it. And it's just so wonderful to see.
And
Take a look here.
And you know what? It's amazing how many more people have come out.
Take a look, Jonathan Kraft here, Bob Kraft on the other side, acknowledging the crowd. Yeah, 6, indeed. 6 world championships for Boston, the New England Patriots. This is just a sight to see. Yeah. And here come the Patriots now. This is the media. There's Bob Ward.
Do we see Bob Ward? There's Bob Ward holding out his mic. Let's step out of the way.
Boston 25's Bob Ward. We'll get out of the way here. He is on the media duck tour, and boy, what a thrill it's got to be for Bob as he's rolling. There we see Bob Ward live on TV, and Bob, a veteran, of course, in this market, a diehard Boston fan. He was with the Red Sox out in Los Angeles and won the World Series, and then now riding on the duck boats in the Patriots parade.
And right behind Bob Ward, a man who needs no introduction, Bill Belichick there with a smile on his face, waving to the crowd, tipping his hat.
Look at this, another Super Bowl trophy up there. There is Bill Belichick. Yeah, look at him, all smiles, soaking it up. This is awesome. The fans going crazy here as he tips his hat, acknowledging all the fans here.
Yep, and you see his girlfriend Linda right behind him. It's always nice to see Bill out of his element there, you know, waving, smiling.
It certainly is.
Not something you see every day or get from him, but you know he definitely appreciates the fans' support.
This is awesome as we see the coaches and players and alumni coming through as well here, rolling through.
And they still have the Beat LA signs up. They already did that.
We can thank LA twice now in the last few months.
I know.
Beating the Dodgers and, of course, beating the Rams.
Now, this is something I wasn't expecting to see, was this semi-truck coming down here.
Yeah, it's just deafening down here. The crowd is going crazy, but they waited a long time for this, of course. Let's just take a listen and soak up this moment here in Patriot history.
Yeah. And you know, fans are loving every moment. It takes a second for them to figure out exactly which duck boat's approaching, which player, which coach.
The McCourty twins on there. It's on the defensive player, Stephon Gilmore. Yeah, they're just loving it. I love some of the guys who've never played in a Super Bowl, never won a Super Bowl, and experiencing today how it has to just be so incredible.
Yeah.
And it just
a
phenomenal feeling. Take a guy like Danny Shelton, defensive lineman drafted by the Cleveland Browns. Here he is a couple seasons later winning a Super Bowl with the Patriots. And on a duck boat today, the Rolling Rally, celebrating championship number 6 for the Patriots.
Yep, getting the crowd pumped up nonetheless. And you have to wonder if they ever, it's every player's dream to get here, to be able to experiencing this, but to actually live through it and see the crowds of people. And I'm amazed at how many people just within the past 15 minutes have showed up. It's now like 20 deep on this side here of Boylston Street.
Look at it, it's just a wonderful sight here. And here come more of the players coming through now.
Well, now you see Tom Brady. Now you know when Tom Brady's coming through because the crowd gets even louder if that's possible.
Tom with his son there and his daughter on his left side. That's one of the really cool things about this parade. It's all the players and the coaches as well with their families, with their kids. It's such a special moment for them as well.
Oh, we have a goat chant.
There's Tom Brady, number 6.
What
a sight, Tom Brady rolling through. This crowd is just electric, going crazy. That's what they waited to see. Tom Brady and a Super Bowl Vince Lombardi trophy. Yeah. This is just incredible.
I mean, the crowd just gets louder with every duck boat that goes by. Not losing any enthusiasm, that's for sure.
Yeah, Sonny Michel, Rex Burkhead, some of the running backs.
It's the money of a strip club. Every time you come around, it's like, I just gotta get money from us. And I don't know who the fuck you think you're talking to, but I'm not him, Mike Slim, so fuck what you do.
What a sight. This is a live look from the Rolling Rally here. We're on the corner of Charles and Boylston. Let's go back to the studio now. Heather Hedgenis and Blair Miller. Guys?
Thank you so much. As we are sticking with this coverage here as we hit 12 o'clock, it is quite a sight to take in as we've been watching all morning long. And looking at Gronk right there, things certainly unfolding in a way that is true Gronk style, right?
Are you surprised? I think maybe he's doing an Adam Levine impression from the Super Bowl halftime show.
He's wearing a Boston police vest there.
It's warm enough to not have a shirt on, right? So maybe he's trying to get a little suntan.
All right, we're going to have to call in some judges on this one.
4.
No, they have vests on though, Wiggy.
That's all right.
We never in the history of this over-under has something like this happen, a variable like this.
I'm going to say that's a shirt
off. The shirt is off, but the vest is on.
The vest doesn't count because that's like one of those, police vests that somebody gave him. That doesn't really count as a shirt.
Okay, all of our producers say yes, shirt is off.
So we're at 4.
We're at 4.
One more.
4. Running count is 4.
I think it was Gronk and it looked like Dwayne Allen.
You know what I also would love?
There it is. David Andrews brings it home.
Georgia boy.
That's right. Way to go, my former Bulldog. Bring it home.
Okay, where's Bill Belichick? Do we have a visual on him?
Number 5.
Number 5. Okay,
David
Wiggy.
Andrews.
Number 5. Congratulations. You win
What do I win?
I've got.
Do I win anything? Can I get like a Nessun button or something?
Remember yesterday when yesterday Wiggy and I graded all the Patriots positions, like a report card, and we were talking about when you were in school and you had like the prize and
like the stickers,
prize,
the smiley face stickers.
the prize drawer that the teacher had, smiley face stickers. Sometimes there were like cool pencils with like
the
footballs
rubber
on
pencils.
them.
Remember those?
Sometimes they had like rainbow erasers.
Right.
Yeah, I'm having vivid memories right now. Also, I would like to point out Tom Brady did remove his vest.
Right. So he could be getting closer. Could we see
6?
Could we see Tom Brady be number 6? That would be
wouldn't
special.
that just be all the stars would align if that would happen? I don't think it's going to happen. Doesn't it look like sunset right now?
Yeah.
That's a cool shot right there.
Well, you could tell that you know they're getting to the point now. You're starting to see shirts off. They're getting to the point where they're definitely feeling good. They're probably middle of the parade route right now. Looks like they're getting right around the Boston Commons.
Okay.
That's kind of the middle of it.
You know what's crazy is it's less than an hour in. 12:05. I think they got cooking at like 11:12.
Right. So Public Gardens. This is the middle of the route. I saw Gronk. He had some little special bottle that somebody threw up to him. You know, that will give him a little bit more fuel. Might have been a Red Bull or something like that.
Oh gosh.
But you could see these fans right here. They don't know what they're in for just yet because the rally hasn't got to them yet. But they are waiting, and they are waiting patiently.
It's funny when you see all of the duck boats pass a certain point. I want to say it was the Boston Common. Don't count me on that. I'm not entirely sure. But you just see the mass exodus of people. Like the last, they have whatever SUVs picking up the tail end of the parade, and everyone's just like, okay, peace, time to go eat.
Pat Patriot going crazy. The Patriots cheerleaders. I tell you, it's
what a day to be alive.
Right, and even if you're not fortunate enough to be on the duck boat. That's like 0.01%. Well, I mean, I'm speaking from my point of view. Like, if you're not, I've been on.
What were you saying about gloating? Like, jeez.
But it's still cool to be there. It's still cool to be in that atmosphere. It's still cool to kind of see those. Like I said, my daughter sent me.
Okay, well, you have FOMO and your daughter's there.
Right.
We do have boots on the ground.
Oh.
Do you want to go there?
Let's go there.
Let's go there.
That almost the entire stretch of the way.
Yeah, we're going to zoom in right now with our helicopter into this apartment building, and it's just amazing seeing all the people on the balcony throwing the confetti there. Just amazing. So many people taking off from work and school to see this.
And some of those people had been there since 5 a.m. this morning.
Yeah,
you wanted to get a good spot, and you can understand why when you look at some of the live pictures now. How many people are there?
Really difficult to get any kind of work done if you do work in Boston. I know Nicole and Chris were showing us that man in the office building who was looking at his computer
Feel
and
for
kind
him,
of ignoring
huh?
everything. Right. Maybe he was looking at a TV and we just couldn't see it. I don't know.
One thing that's really been fun to kind of watch our coverage here this morning is seeing the faces of the players. And it is true, genuine excitement to see them just kind of soaking all of this in and just relaxing and just celebrating just like everybody else.
All right, as they continue the path down the Boston Common, we're going to take a quick break as we take a look at, I think, Robert Kraft right there as well. We'll be right back. Much more.
Look at that guy. He is living the dream right there. He doesn't even know what's going on. There's just confetti flying everywhere.
Yeah, he's way up there too,
That is so cool. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Take you right back out to the parade. be Patrice Bergeron's 1,000th career game with the Bruins tonight against the Islanders. Pre-game coverage is right here starting at 6 o'clock.
Uh-oh. There's Jules. He's standing up on something.
You think he's thinking about it? Oh, we're throwing toilet paper now.
Yes.
Okay.
He's getting ready, and I think that's Cordero Patterson behind him drinking, looks like cranberry juice.
You are really on this. You are really a mixologist today.
Yeah, he's definitely drinking some cranberry juice.
Okay, so that's not what you were talking
about. In there.
Oh my gosh.
Vodka and cranberry, that's the way to go.
Well,
when you're an adult, when you're over 21.
It is afternoon. We've got him on an elevated platform there, but that's not what you were talking about. You were talking about the roof of the duck boat, which I don't think is safe.
No, I think as long as you make sure you have a good base,
okay,
you should be fine. And you know, Julian Edelman, we've seen him make a lot of people miss, so he understands having
like, you can't wear like windbreaker pants. That would be bad because those are a little slippy.
No, and you got to have some good sneakers on.
Okay.
So, you know, it's good grip and that kind of thing. But we've seen Julian Edelman, and we know that he plays the game of football extremely well, so he knows about making sure you have a good base and you're right where you need to be.
Ready position.
There you go.
We're ready to get right back.
Is that Jason McCourty? There's brother Devin.
That must be really neat. That must be so
that's
cool.
Pretty. It's gotta be a cool feeling to be, you know, twins playing on the same team, winning a championship, and
oh, that's awesome! Do you see that? She's holding him up. I guess his girlfriend or his wife, or that
like
girlfriend or
keeping
wife.
him from falling
Yes,
off the boat.
yes.
Off the duck boat, huh?
Has him by the back of the jersey. Let's get back out there to Boston 25.
Adam who are at City Hall. They've been out there all day. Tom's actually been out there with one of his daughters who didn't go to school today.
Hey, that's the way to do it.
I know.
Bring your kids
Family
if you can,
affair.
you know?
Well, the
I did the
players-
same thing, Tom.
Players did it too, right?
Why not? It's a family day, and that really lends right into what Matt and I have been talking about. Some of the things that jump to our mind right away, think about the fact that not everybody can get season tickets. So what sort of access do they have to the team? We saw it with the 65,000 going to Foxborough before they left for Atlanta, and we're seeing it today.
Yeah, that's really the part that you're reminded of when you're a player and out in this sea of people. We're generally used to seeing that 68-ish thousand each week at Gillette, and that's a thing that you're quite fortunate for most of the million that live in this region to maybe get to one a year, that kind of thing. But a Super Bowl, I mean, that's wildly out of place for most people because it's become so incredibly expensive. This is the day, free for everyone. We all get to celebrate together. It's a cool moment where you kind of get amongst all the people that you don't get to see every day. It's great.
Family day, too.
Perfect.
They referenced the fact that Dolly and Olivia are with me. You've brought your kids with you previously on the duck boats, and we've seen that with the players.
Tom, I actually didn't get to. I brought my kids when I wasn't playing.
As an alum.
Yeah, as an alum.
Got it.
But you know what, though? That's one of the things I was always very envious. Teddy Bruschi had his little kids. Mike Vrabel had his little kids. Actually got to come on. I mean, obviously, Tom Brady the other day, we saw him on the podium with his daughter. Coolest thing in the world. But it is something that it really kind of hits you in this moment. You've flown home from the venue. You're here now. There's that gratitude with the family that, you know what, I've been a little short on time with you guys for the last 5 months. Now we're all able to do this together. You pull them all close and ride together.
One of the things that jumps out to me about this organization, and I saw it firsthand as the guys came off the field and into the locker room in Kansas City, is the bond between former player and current player. Now there's a whole nother lot, I think 22 in fact, that have joined your ranks as 3-time Super Bowl champions, and that's a bond that you guys will have forever.
Yeah, it's 2 separate classes. I mean, there's two groups of 3-timers now, and I guess Tom counts twice. So, but it's a cool situation. I feel like there was always a time where that 3 out of 4 group kind of sat in a separate place and hung a little bit of cloud over some of these younger guys. Now we're coming through, and it's great for them to make their own mark. There's no legacy to live up to. They have their own.
The season is so long now. It goes back not just to July training camp.
Yeah.
It goes all the way back to the organized team activities and the mini camps that follow. And there's ups and downs and peaks and valleys, and people face criticism from the media. They obviously face criticism from the coaching staff. So tell me what it feels like, the sense of relief and satisfaction and achievement that you have when you cruise down these streets and you got fans screaming on either side of you.
Yeah, that's it, Tom. One of my favorite quotes of all time was Pepper Johnson, our old position coach. You remember back from the old DVDs, 3 Games to Glory, and Pepper's yelling from the sideline, "This is why you lift all those weights." And that's really the feeling as you come down here. It's over. Job done. You do your job. That's the mantra that's hit over your head over and over again. And this is the moment where the job was completed. Again, you're hugging your wife, your spouse, your girlfriend, maybe a kid if you're so lucky, and it's like all that work, everything that I poured into this, the times where I was doubted, quite frankly, a lot of players are going to sense that, where maybe there was a pocket in October where your job was at issue, or your role went up and down if you're one of the star players. But when you put it all out there and you get the victory, it flows right over you. You've done what you set out to do.
So as you would imagine, both sides of the street line, I would say at least, I'm not exaggerating when I say 20, 25 deep. They're throwing Nerf footballs back and forth. Everyone's having a good time. We have the sunny side of the street. We have the shady side of the street. And I think officially, maybe one of our weather people can look it up, I think it is warmer today than it was on Halloween when the Red Sox rolled through.
Yeah, certainly one of the warmest I ever recall for a Patriots one. We were always a little bit freezing up there on top, but that made it fun too. You bundle up and have a good time, but you get the great sun out here. You get, again, sort of that opportunity to see the smiling faces. That's the thing that's cool about the way they do the duck boats. We creep along, we stop, you pause, you spend some time with a different group, then you go to the next, you stop, you pause, they play a different song. I love that. Music blaring out the back, and you get to interact and engage. This isn't just a fly through and wave. This is really a stop and interact kind of situation.
We will send it back to Blair and Heather. Obviously, they're making their way towards City Hall. That's where we are, but we know that Butch and Michaela are also standing by, as well as Nicole and Chris. So back to the studio for now.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. I got to believe people there are just chomping at the bit. I think I was at that same exact spot when the Red Sox parade was happening not too long ago, and it's the last bit of the parade, and people there kept asking us, when is it coming? When's it coming? When's it coming?
Right.
They've been waiting so long.
Right.
And I think he's right talking about how deep these crowds go. I think he's exactly right. And as you see the smiles from the coaches and the coaching staff led by Coach Bill Belichick, and what a moment for them to take in. They've won several Super Bowls, and here they are with a sixth, like it's the first time.
Absolutely. Well, they were just asking about the weather for the Red Sox parade just about 3 months ago, and it started in the 30s and it was in the 40s by the time the parade got underway. So 61, 62 right now
That
in
works.
February.
That works, doesn't it?
We'll take this over that.
It's been so enjoyable, and I think that's why you're seeing so many people obviously out there today, because it is so nice. It is so inviting with this nice warm weather. We're going to stick with our coverage. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with more live coverage of the Patriots parade.
Back here in the Nesson Television studios, we have some breaking news, some late breaking news.
Breaking news, yes.
Because our friend Matt Chatham was speaking, but Wiggy, I'm going to let you deliver that to the fine folks at home.
Yes, it looks like we surpassed our over and under, right?
And our boss, Dave Miller, who's in the booth right
double
now.
digits.
He predicted double digits, and you're seeing it.
This is the tight end float. Rob Gronkowski, Dwayne Allen, shirts off. Look at this. It's just so many people on this float with the shirt off. Gronk set the tone. I think we got double digit shirts off, so a total of 10.
But you know what? It's 60 degrees. I mean, for us, when you're used to, it was 8 degrees last week. When you're used to this is hot.
But yeah, this is beautiful. This is the perfect day for a parade. That's why I said I know without a shadow of a doubt, every night I drop to my knees and I pray before I go to sleep, that God is a Pats fan.
Well, you did say that earlier in the show.
I did say that.
That's awesome. Okay, but here's the real question. Flatbed or duck boat? I mean, duck boat is iconic.
Flatbed by far. Because on the flatbed, you can really you can really celebrate. Or if you're on the duck boat,
you have more room for activities.
Right, if you're on the duck boat, what you need to do is you need to stand on the top of the duck boat is where.
Coverage of the Patriots Super Bowl 53 Victory Parade is brought to you by BuyAToyota.com. BuyAToyota.com, Toyota's official website for deals.
The duck boat right here. Yeah. You see how there's nobody standing on this white surface? That's where you need to be. Up there, celebrate. Oh, that's prime real estate.
Untapped real estate.
Look at, nobody's even on there.
Oh my goodness. All right, let's get back out there. How about it? We'll see if anybody rises to the occasion.
City Hall all day, and this is really where things start getting good out there, when you start getting to see those players. Yeah.
Heather, Blair, these fans have been so incredibly patient getting here so early this morning. The fans are in the first couple of rows. It's all paying off right now, though. And it's exciting for us, too, because we've been listening to our coverage, but we haven't had the visuals to go with your commentary, and now we do. And Matt, You talked about the confetti coming down, and that's something that never gets old.
Yeah, it's really one of the cool things that you can't replicate. You see it in a stadium a little bit. They always drop that post-game, but when it's coming from a skyscraper that many hundreds of feet up in the air, you're surrounded by the fans. It's really it feels like a dream. It really does.
And the gorgeous sun coming right on the crowd that's on the south side of Cambridge Street here, on the north side of Cambridge Street. They are in the shade, but I don't think anyone cares. It's an absolutely gorgeous day.
Exactly.
It was actually colder in Atlanta, and I'm not making that up. At one point, it was 29 degrees last week. So for it to be as warm as it is today, it's almost like God is shining down on Patriots fans.
Pats fan today, yeah.
You think about
we were doing those segments about how does one bundle up for an AFC or for a AFC divisional game, and all those kind of conversations out of the door now.
Jonathan Kraft, along with his dad Robert, both holding Vince Lombardi trophies. And again, a great indication of their connection to the fans and how much this fan base means to the Kraft family.
What's up, buddy?
And Robert Kraft saying hey to Matt right now, holding up the trophy. Jonathan on the other side, making sure that everybody on both sides of the duck boats gets a chance to see the hardware. And here comes Bob Ward. And the rest of the media guys up on top of their duck boat. I can only imagine what a thrill that is. You guys are looking good. Enjoy the ride.
This really is a once-in-a-lifetime spot, and it's especially fun, Tom, for the guys that get to travel as a group, because that's really who you keep with throughout the season. Offensive linemen coming together, the quarterbacks now coming together, the linebackers traveling together. This is your family.
What's neat for me right now, Matt, is that my daughter goes to school with Josh McDaniel's daughter, so she's trying to get her attention right now. Hey, Josh, get Maddie. That's a cool moment right there.
The mysterious Ernie Adams on a duck boat, loving life, couldn't be happier. Another champion.
How much of an MVP is he, though? Because you never know exactly what kind of duty he is taking care of.
Research stalwart.
I heard stories about him during the warm-ups every game, just staring at the other team as they go through their run-through, because he's trying to glean that little piece of information that might make a difference.
Exactly.
I can only imagine what's going to happen when TB12 comes down. We've been hearing it throughout the first 45 minutes of this parade. James Devlin on this next duck boat here.
The fullback boat.
It is the fullback boat.
Good for him.
He was sporting that hat the other night at the party after the game.
Local product, brown guy, comes back home here.
Looking very sharp.
For him. What a pleasure for him.
Oh, and here's my song.
Gotcha, Tom.
This reminds me, obviously, of Martellus Bennett from a couple of years ago when he was dancing with the cheerleaders.
AFC Championship game, and then again in the Super Bowl celebration.
The song will never get old.
It never will.
And there are the McCourty twins, soaking it all in. Eric Rowe, injured, wasn't able to play in the Super Bowl, but soaking it up today along with Jonathan Jones. It was neat to see the McCourtys walking through the stadium the other night with a custom-made T-shirt.
Oh, yeah. They're like, ready to roll.
Mama, we made it.
They knew.
It was very cool.
They knew what they were doing.
Have that moment with their mother on Friday, Phyllis, talking about how special the experience has been for the entire family, and for it to be capped off with the Super Bowl title.
Yeah.
Can only dream what that must be like for a guy who went 0-16 last year.
Jim Whalen here for the Patriots, head training staff. What a job these guys did this year. Joe Van Allen, all the guys here that kept this is one of the healthiest groups I ever recall, making it both to and through a Super Bowl. Obviously, Patrick Chung goes down, but the way they kept this roster together, magnificent job by those gentlemen.
Some more folks from the Patriots front office who are getting the thrill of riding through the streets of Boston. I see Meredith Gorman, Megan O'Brien, who works so hard on Patriots.com, and I'm sure this is an awesome thrill from them. And we also get a chance to see TB12, who's getting a hero's welcome as he comes down through City Hall Plaza. And check out somebody wearing the old Larry Bird Indiana State jersey.
Yeah.
That's a solid throwback
That's a nice
right there.
move. Yeah.
There he is, holding up the 6 fingers.
What's up, brother?
This is a family show.
What a family.
And of course, Alex Guerrero's with Tom, and he's such a big part of his success. And those guys are a tandem that a lot of people around the NFL talk about and try to emulate.
And what a cool moment. He's got the whole extended family there with him.
And here come the running backs. This is apparently where the shirts start coming off.
This is the no-shirt group.
This is the no-shirt crew. Gronk and Dwayne Allen. Jeremy Hill among those on that float. Got hurt early in the year, but able to enjoy the celebration.
You can tell a little bit that Gronk has been doing this for this full hour. I think we've reached the end of it where he's a little bit gassed, but that's understandable.
That's okay. He seems a little bit more subdued than we've seen in previous years. Maybe soaking it in. Maybe it's...
Who knows?
He's thinking.
Who knows?
Maybe the mind's spinning a little bit.
There you go.
That's a great look. Looking northeast, I guess, if we're going down Cambridge. And that's a great, great perspective for the fans who've been waiting so long.
You mentioned it, Tom. A lot of these duck boats here are full of staff. A lot of the people behind the scenes that don't get a lot of appreciation. What a cool moment for them to get right along.
I'd just like to be the guy loading in the confetti. I mean, how fulfilling is that?
Confetti guy.
You know, it's like the get back guy on the sideline.
It's a great business in this market. I want to be a confetti guy.
And here come the offensive linemen: Trent Brown, David Andrews, Joe Tooney.
Good job.
Great to see all those guys.
Cool moment for them, huh?
There they are. Adrian Waddle's there. Great to see him.
What a cool moment. The lineage of that offensive line. Our old group is a bunch of stalwarts themselves, and now here we go with the alumni.
All right, walk us through who we see, Matt.
And how do we know they're alumni? They're gray, like I.
What's up?
Some of the older fellas. Great to see you guys. All the knee pad group.
And that's the knee pad group. And
Patrick Pass, my old teammate there. Patrick was an awesome special teams player, running back for our group.
And here are some of the cheerleaders. We're going to take a quick break, but stay with us. You're going to continue to see our coverage, but we'll be back as our coverage of the Patriots Super Bowl 53 Championship Parade continues right after this.
It continues with Wiggy's takeaways from some of the sights and sounds.
Yeah, it's you know.
Oh, we got somebody standing up.
Oh, what do we got?
Oh,
I thought we had.
that was a
That
was a flatbed.
Okay.
It was a flatbed. No.
You could tell that these guys are really having a great time. They're really enjoying it. It's an amazing feeling as a player to be able to enjoy the festivities with all of the fans and be there and see all the signs and be able to just have a good time. It's one of those things that you'll never forget as a player. I never will forget my time as a player, but especially my time during the parade.
Those 2 hours or however long.
Oh
you were.
yeah, and it was a little different when I played. Back when I played in the parade, you could do a little bit more. I remember getting off the duck boat.
Back in my day.
Yes, I mean,
we were
before security was so uptight. Now it's like we got to stay on the duck boat. Yeah, I got off the duck boat. We got in the crowd, have fun, running around, going crazy with the fans.
I can see you crowd surfing across the
Yeah,
boat.
you can't, nowadays it's a little different. You can't do it. Everybody's on edge now. Oh no, get back on the duck boat.
All right, Wiggy, next time there's a parade and you're not working, you're stuck in studio with me. You go crowd surf. I want you off the duck boat and I want to see you crowd surfing out there.
See, but that's a long time ago. That was a younger Wiggy when I was able to do some of that stuff. Now, if I go crowd surfing, it's
IR Wiggy.
Yeah, it could be dangerous if they drop me by accident.
You won't be able to move when you'll be in a body cast. We'll have you in for segments.
They'll be like, how'd you get? They'll be taking me in the IR, like in the emergency room. Like, what's going on? We got a fella that fell off of crowd surfing.
Well, listen, you're not a me guy. I mean, Wiggy's all about the team. So we have 2 bullet points on the rookie list that we're going to start distributing when guys get drafted or come to Boston. Only duck boat, that's a verb, only duck boat, if you sit on the white part of the roof.
Yeah, see this part right here where nobody's standing on? That's where you need to be.
Rookie mistake is what it should say on the top of that.
Right, because now you're just blended in, you're too tight in there. Here you can do a lot of things. You can hold up signage, you can catch Bud Lights, you can catch whatever you want to catch.
But don't wear your gloves.
Don't wear gloves. Oh, what are you wearing gloves for?
I don't know. We'll see if Matt Chatham has gloves on.
Annie Aquarium is, for some reason,
an empty
because
duck boat.
They probably thought they might have more fun on another float. Poor Annie Aquarium.
Oh well.
It's all right. They get to ride through.
They get to
just
ride
like everybody else.
There you go. So many people having fun though.
And again, this is where we have so many of the families who are part of the enjoyment and the celebration, and they deserve it 100% because there's a lot of sacrifice that's involved with being a family of an NFL player.
It sure is. You kind of go in a cave for 6 or 7 months and you come out the end, this is the payoff. We're now in the midst of the confetti guns again, Tom. This
Love
is.
It looks like we have at least one more Vince Lombardi trophy making its way down the road. And I should point out that Matt, on a day like this, makes sure to wear one of his rings. And he likes to call his ring the oldest sibling of the 6 rings.
He's a little baby, the 01 ring.
Well, Julian Edelman now has 3 of his own that he can sport. He's holding up that Vince Lombardi trophy. He's wearing the shirt this time. But man, talk about a guy that deserves everything that's come his way. The hard work, the dedication, and the love and adoration of the fan base.
Absolutely. He wore out his playoff beard. Maybe time for a trim, but what a year he had. It came full circle there for Jules, for sure.
And he's with the rest of the wide receiving core. Philip Dorsett, Chris Hogan, Joe Cardona's there, Cordell Patterson.
Really underrated group. The support work that Dorsett did with a big touchdown in the AFC Championship game. Cordell Patterson, a guy that's been overlooked for years since he was drafted in the first round, years and years ago, but he's found himself a role, become an impact player. Big help on this team.
And here's a story to look at in the offseason, but we'll let him have this moment. Trey Flowers among those with the defensive linemen. Might this be the last time we see him wearing a New England Patriots
jersey?
Sure
hope not. We sure hope not, Tom, but we'll see how that fleshes out. He played at such an incredibly high level, and he's a pretty tough guy to monetize. How do you figure out how to value a guy like that? Because it isn't necessarily stat stacks. He just does everything. He does everything extremely well.
And Danny Shelton, another one of those guys who had to live through a season on the Cleveland Browns, which I can't imagine what that must be like. And then to change teams and come here and you experience this.
And a roller coaster season for him, too. I mean, he was effective when he played, but it's a minor role that the league is moving to so much of this nickel and sub defense stuff. And he got an opportunity to not play in the AFC Championship game, but stepped up huge in the Super Bowl.
And that's something that's so unique, I think, to the Patriots is that even Dietrich Wise, a guy who was inactive throughout the playoffs until the Super Bowl. It's almost like the coaching staff sees something specific in the opponent and says, your skill set matches what we need to do this week, and you're active.
Absolutely, Tom. And it's tough to sort of manage the emotions in a situation like that as a player. It's no indication of what your value is or what you can do for the team. It's just the game plan decisions they often make. Dietrich Wise is going to be a star in this league. Danny Shelton is a stud as a nose tackle, but they often will run sets that don't require one. So you got to keep your head in it, keep your mind in the game, and continue to train and be ready for the moment you're called upon. In this situation, it was in Atlanta in the biggest game of the year.
So now we're getting down to the end of the lineup. This is where the light-hitting shortstop and the pitcher bat. But I shouldn't make light. This is more people from the Patriots staff who work so hard.
Family staff, absolutely.
And, they've done such a great job, and it's fun because they have to prepare for the possibility of winning, and they're just sitting on these slogans that they're waiting to roll out. And one of the ones that I really got a kick out of was the one that spelled the word victory, and the VI is a different color, standing out for the Roman numeral 6.
Yeah, the marketing department had a heck of a year this year, Tom. One of the cool things, though, too, for this group is you understand that there's, obviously there's a championship, there's a trophy that goes with it, there's this performance here in the big parade, but there's also a ring. And a lot of these staff invariably will get a ring when this is all said and done, just sort of an appreciation for all the work that the group put forth in this season.
So, as we've referenced throughout the day, I'm here with my girls. I'd like to apologize to their teachers. I promise that I'll make sure they get their homework done.
It's like a Ferris Bueller kind of situation.
It is. There's no hiding the fact that they're at the parade when I put them on TV. But we've only got this mic, so what'd you think, Dee?
It was so cool.
It was so cool. I can imagine. It was pretty neat. It's good to be back with you. Being away for 10 days, it's nice to be with the kids, and to do it on a day like this is absolutely fantastic. We're going to step away, take a break. We're going to come back, and our coverage of the championship parade for the New England Patriots Super Bowl 53 champs continues right after this.
Wiggy, I don't know how we're going to outdo ourselves next year when we host this thing.
We'll figure it out. There's always a way. There's always a way to step it up. We learn from a few of our mistakes. Now, now next year,
mistakes?
I'll bring the Super Bowl ring. I won't forget that.
Okay.
You know what? We'll definitely continue to keep on.
Oh my gosh, the sweatshirt again.
They hate us because they jealous us.
I need a pair of scissors.
Sweatshirts.
Before this show ends and this parade ends and all these fine folks go home. Sorry, we have TVs in our desk. That's probably why you're like, what are they looking at?
Right.
Yeah, we have TVs right here. We are going to cut the sleeves off that. Will you be sad?
Yeah, we can't make that into a Belichick hoodie.
Give it here, Malfoy.
You can't make that into a Belichick hoodie.
Why?
Because see that the Belichick hoodie is not,
Don't you love Bill Belichick?
I do love his hoodies, but maybe I could cut one into a hoodie.
We could do one sleeve.
Ooh, that would be pretty cool. That could start a trend.
I feel like when basketball players just wear like one arm sleeve.
Maybe I could get Bill to do that. Maybe I could get Bill if I send him, they hate us because they're jealous of us sweatshirt.
Yes.
And maybe cuts the sleeves and he wears it out to practice.
You can get him like Captain Morgan pose on his boat.
Imagine that at practice.
Yes.
See, this is how we get better for next year.
This is how we get better.
Yeah, he was wearing a hoodie on the duck boat. Next year, we get him in one of those.
I love it.
Wiggy hoodies.
We could do that.
There's always a way to get better.
I like that. Look at all the people dispersing. Look, this is what I'm talking about. The duck boats pass, and then everyone just.
But you know what? This is the beginning
mass exodus
to a beautiful day, and then a lot of these people down here are gonna stay in the city, enjoy themselves. They're gonna go out, have lunch, and then they're gonna talk about this for
next year.
Till next year, right? They're gonna talk about what an amazing time I had, and then they'll be right back.
They're gonna talk about this for so many days,
right.
365.
And then they'll be, you know what you're gonna get is you're gonna get like I'm texting my wife and my kids now. How's the crowd? How's the view? You're gonna get a lot of people like tomorrow when they go to work. And they show up and they'll be like, oh man, what was the parade like? What I miss? And now you get all the stories of, oh, I got to see this. I threw a ball to Gronkowski. I threw him a Bud Light and this, that, and the other.
Because he asked me to.
Yeah, well, obviously because he asked. I mean, you just don't throw something without somebody asking you.
The delinquents.
Yeah, and I think, and that's going to be the fun part. People are going to talk about.
Those stories are going to start coming out.
Where were you? What part of the parade route were you? At the beginning, at the end? Like I said, the only thing that I miss that, you know, I love when they do is when they do end it at City Hall and they have like the little
rally.
Yeah.
Maybe next year, that's how we can improve. We'll put that in the suggestion box. But as this slowly comes to an end, let's head back out to the parade.
With appreciation. Then it's the Chiefs in Kansas City. Then it's this Rams offense that's absolutely historical in the way that they sort of plowed through their regular season schedule, and you held them to 3 points. So I think it's the mountain that they've climbed, what they've accomplished here, I think is going to look really good in the rear view.
Chris Price from the Boston Sports Journal tweeted out an incredible observation. They beat the MVP twice, including the second time on his home field. They beat the Defensive Player of the Year in Aaron Donald in the Super Bowl.
It's amazing.
They beat the Coach of the Year. And they beat the Chicago Bears. So they beat the best, but my observation about the 2019 football season is this. The field is catching up. This is a league that's made for parity, and there are a lot of very talented teams. They became, in my mind, a little bit more like the rest of the league. They have been an elite franchise that's been able to separate themselves and basically be done with the regular season by December 10th. The rest of the league is catching up, which makes what they achieved this year, to me, even more impressive because they held them off.
It makes it awful sweet, but I also think you can look at the other side of that, maybe spin it a different direction. They're also a really unusual play at the end of that Miami game of being a 12-4, being out in front of the field again, and maybe walking through this with a little more ease. So I think they're just on the cusp of, hey, if I were playing for another organization or you're a coach or someone in some other market, that might scare you, because if this was less than their ideal season and you know that they can rally and game plan and pull it together and still knock around the best that the league has, what happens if they don't have those stumbles in season? Because you know they've built that quality roster. I think as much as anything, this sings the fact that Belichick, the GM, the sort of the joke that people often use, he's built a really, really good roster. This isn't something that's at the end of anything. I think it's actually a place that's pretty appealing. You're a free agent right now around the league, might want to come over here and win a ring.
We're going to keep an eye on what they do with Trey Flowers. Another thing that you should take to heart, think about so many of the rookies. Really only two of them, J.C. Jackson, Sony Michel, maybe Keon Crossan, made a significant impact this year. There's a whole slew of guys who didn't even see the field for various reasons, many of them injured, including Isaiah Wynn, who was their first pick. So you're going to have a really strong group of young guys who are going to be coming up, and they, in essence, got a redshirt year. They get to see how things work at Gillette Stadium.
Yeah, and J.C. Jackson, that's not even a draft pick, and he comes out and he's a starting corner for you and plays an extremely high level. You mentioned Sony Michel, he's kind of your big contributor. Bentley, linebacker from Purdue, that goes down with the injury and he's lost for the season. I think he's got a really bright future in the NFL. And you mentioned Isaiah Wynn, he gives you some flexibility. We certainly hope that they retain Trent Brown. We certainly hope that that's the way it goes. If he's back, they do have some flexibility with Wynn to play either left or right tackle, and he looked like a stud when he was healthy. So, man, the future's bright. And also we should mention, what is it, they've got a number of draft picks this year, something like 12 picks, some crazy high number.
Don't even know how it happened.
So this is restocking upon restocking. If you're the rest of the league, you should be terrified and a little bit frustrated, quite frankly, because you built it up all year to get past this, and it's only going to get harder for you.
We'll leave you with this little anecdote from Atlanta. One of the nights we were down there, we ran into Danny Amendola. Just rekindling an old acquaintance, and I just yelled across, I'm like, Danny, we miss you. And he kind of looked over to us, Butch and me, and he said, I miss you.
I miss you.
Now, I don't really think he misses us. I think what he was saying is that he missed the excitement of Super Bowl week. So the grass may be greener, the money may be greener on other teams in other organizations, but there's nothing like the culture here and the fact that somehow, some way.
I mean, it's unbelievable, right? Perfect temperature, a million people involved in just to congratulate you. It's an export. Enjoy your off-season.
All right, I think we may be having some technical difficulties and we don't have Nicole and Chris, and that's okay. It's a day that you kind of fly by the seat of your pants. I'm so impressed with the crowd that we saw here, the energy that they showed us. Everybody was really controlled, and then when the duck boats rolled through, they came with their best energy, and considering our spot, which was at the tail end of the route, very patient.
Yes.
Very patient. I think my favorite sign, he finally left. There was a guy who said, I have to pee, but I'm not leaving.
He pre-planned that there was going to be a bathroom break. One of the things that I think is always cool, Tom, is most of these people are complete strangers to one another, but they have that one thing, that tie that binds, and that's this fandom with this franchise and this team. And you'll see complete strangers out here just walking in opposite directions down the sidewalks, high-fiving each other, arm around each other, chanting things together. It really is sort of a sense of community, and it's been sort of this long-standing thing, 19 years of this now, and with no sign of ever ending.
And just last October, didn't really love the scene with so many beer cans being thrown up to the duck boats. And as far as I can tell, obviously I was only here, but we didn't see any of that here, and I'm assuming we didn't see any of that along the parade route. And that was something that Chief Gross pointed out. He wanted to make sure that everybody showed a little bit more respect and restraint, and so the fans of Boston certainly deserve a lot of credit. We are going to bring in Nicole and Chris now, who are ready to go and standing by.
I know you haven't. Hey guys, yeah, we're here at the corner of Charles and Boylston. The city workers out here cleaning up, and what a day, huh?
Wow, amazing. And we were just saying, because the weather's so nice, normally people see the last duck boat take off. Everybody's lingering around, just enjoying, savoring the moment of that amazing parade.
They are, and I can see here where I'm looking, the common, I mean, it's just packed. People don't want to go home. They don't want to leave. They just want to soak it up. It's such a great experience, such a great day. And, as Tom was saying just a moment ago, everyone was so well behaved.
Yes.
And where we are, it was awesome. No beer cans were thrown.
No,
like
nothing.
The Red Sox parade. I mean, everyone was really well behaved and just enjoying it.
The only thing I saw, one person managed to toss that football at Julian Edelman, saw him signing it. I don't know if it made it back to that fan, but he attempted to help him out, so that was nice. That was a Nerf. It looked like a Nerf football, soft.
We saw about probably at one point 15 to 20 deep here.
Yes.
Watching the parade. Some fans got here about 5:30 in the morning. But this is a really cool spot to watch it, and just a great day in Boston. A great day to be a Patriots fan.
Oh, so nice. And I think you had mentioned it earlier. A lot of families. You know, it was definitely like a family. A lot of people here with their younger kids.
Yeah.
You know what I loved seeing too? The dad with the Brady jersey, with his son with the Edelman jersey on his shoulders. I was like, talk about the dynamic duo.
And that's really what it's all about. Seeing the families out here and enjoying this, because we're lucky fans. We really are.
For sure. Spoiled.
Yeah, spoiled.
But appreciative. You know what? Never take anyone for granted. Every championship is different. Everyone means something different. All the fans I remember talking to, they said, this one's for the haters. Everybody says the Patriots can't do it, who don't want to see us back. That's why we need to win another championship.
And that's a great thing about being a Patriot fan. We'll do it again next year.
Yeah, yes, and hopefully the weather is just as I mean, what an amazing day.
Yeah.
Amazing day. And there's lots of confetti up here on the risers with us as well, if anybody's looking to get rid of it.
Hats off to all the workers back there. They're going to be busy for the next few hours. But that's the latest here from down here in Boston, on Boylston and Charles. It's been a great day. Guys, back to you in the studio.
Chris and Nicole, thanks so much. And I think they touched on something really important. You see all these people who've been here, the community that this happens year after year.
It breeds community.
It really does. Whether people are coming in on the tee together or standing shoulder to shoulder together, there is a strong sense of community, even stronger on days like this.
And I think people are just even a little bit nicer to one another too on a day like today, because there's nothing to be upset about with the sun shining, 62 degrees out there. We're celebrating a 6th Super Bowl win. You can see our live shot right now near the courthouse. It's a little bit frozen right there. But, I loved how Nicole said this one's for the haters. I think that a lot of people agree with that too. It's sort of like that community sense that we proved them wrong once again. And, we're going to be appreciative of it, but we're going to take some pride in that too.
Well, so many people were quick to say the dynasty is over this season.
Right.
They were very critical of the Patriots, of course, and they were saying the dynasty's over. And the team answered that and put an exclamation point on that today with this celebration.
Yeah, we've been doing this for 2 decades and we don't want to stop. Did you see Tom Brady's shirt said 6 on it?
Yeah.
All right, so we want to toss things over right now to Butch Stearns and Michaela Vernava from Nesson, who are on the Common right now. Guys, what's going on out there?
Yeah, Blair and Heather, things are breaking up obviously here, but Michaela, I thought the crowd was very well behaved, perfect weather. I mean, these are always so different yet the same. They're special and unique at the same time.
This one definitely felt different. First of all, is it seriously February in New England? This is insane. It is so warm, but this crowd, it just seems bigger to me than any other victory parade has in the past. This crowd was so deep. We had people up on the rooftops, in the windows of all of these buildings behind us. Just such a turnout, and I mean, still they haven't even cleared out. I don't know if you can see some of these signs behind us.
Yeah, they got the signs here.
Everyone is just so fired up.
You know what's interesting is they always split the boats up in different ways. I thought having Julian Edelman at the end with the trophy was almost like a king coming down here.
Absolutely.
All the way with all the people behind us. That was pretty cool.
We had the chance of MVP, and seeing Tom Brady there with his kids. You just get a sense of this could be the last time we see something like this with him, the greatest
I don't know
football
about that.
player.
Brady has told us all along he's playing 3 more years, so I'll go back to the old days when Larry Bird was hurt at the end. Nobody thought that last NBA Finals was the last one he was going to get to. So you're right in that regard. You never know. But Brady's still healthy. He says he's going to play 3 more years. I wouldn't be surprised if we have 1 or 2 more of these.
It's true, and of course this crowd here is never satisfied in Boston. The duck boat that brought up the rear, I think it was just duck boat drivers, duck boat staff. I don't know if you noticed, but one of the drivers got the whole crowd going with a 7 rings. We want 7 chant, right. So we're already looking to the next.
I know. Great day, guys. Great days down here, and I'm sure you guys had a nice time back there.
We sure did. And as the crowd breaks up, it's probably worth pointing out that there's going to be a rush on public transportation at the end of all of this on the T. In fact, our reporter, Jim Morelli, tweeting that because of that Green Line derailment that we told you about earlier today and the massive amount of crowds, one fan he talked to had to actually drive around to 3 different T stops before he could find a place to park and ditch his car and get on the T.
Yeah.
So we'll be monitoring that as this starts to break up right now, and we'll be bringing you traffic tonight beginning at 4 o'clock.
It certainly will be slow going home, and we've had our team of reporters and anchors all spread out across the city of Boston today, taking in this parade just like many of you have been watching at home. Let's bring in Mark Ackerboom now and Vanessa Welch, who are at Copley Square. Hey guys.
Hey guys, great to hear from you, and boy, you think about what we're experiencing just about 35 minutes ago. It was packed in here, wall-to-wall noise, people now milling about. Still a lot of people in Copley Square, but not near the crowds that we had before. Thousands upon thousands.
Yeah, people are hanging out a little bit, and the street sweepers and street cleaners are out here. We just want to say thank you to them because they have a tough job of cleaning up all the confetti and all the mess out here, and they're doing a great job. It's already starting to look so much better than it did a little bit ago, but what a day, Ak. You know, we were talking about what stood out to us. Gronk dancing, playing California, jump around, just seeing the players go nuts with their families and connecting with the fans in the audience. They were holding up 3. Tom Brady had a 3 on this hand and a 3 on this hand. It was just amazing. You know,
and we had this beautiful sunshiny day. So, you know, you're looking at it and you're seeing these trophies come down gleaming. 6 of them.
It's
6
just real. It didn't feel
Lombardi
real.
trophies. You know, it's just crazy to think. You can't even imagine it, really. But, you know, I thought the overall feel from the duck boats was these people were hyped up. They were really, really engaged. Not that they're not normally, but you got to remember, they won the Super Bowl Sunday night, so they partied long into the night. Flew back Monday. I know my plane, half the people were asleep before we even took off. They were exhausted from just celebrating this. And here's another day, but they realized what they're going to be a part of, and that is a rolling rally through the city of Boston with thousands upon thousands skipping work, skipping school, coming out and yelling as loud as they could. And to see Edelman up there, to see Brady, to see Gronk, to see Belichick, to see Kraft, to see the trophies, it was all outstanding.
And to see the defensive line, you know, and how happy they were and all the love that they were getting. You know, here in Copley Square, people started chanting, defense, defense, defense. They played so well on Sunday and, you know, held the Rams so well. And it was awesome just to hear the crowd giving them some love when it's always the offense who seems to get the love.
Right. I mentioned a lot of the names, obviously, but this year's team was truly a team, and people could identify with the play of the offensive line, the play of the defense. As you take a look at the thousands over on the Boston Common, I understand is the area right here.
The City Hall crowd.
City Hall,
At the end of the rolling rally was at the end of City Hall, and as we've been talking about, people are lingering, Ak. They don't want to let this moment go.
Well, absolutely, and they don't want to let this day go. I mean, look at this weather that we're experiencing here. It's been fantastic. Spring fever, Grips Hub, yeah, definitely, but Super Bowl fever does that as well. You know, it's interesting. We've been doing a lot of these over the years, and as the Patriots continued to win more and more, it was as if the country grew to dislike us, we'll say, more and more, or at least the Patriots. Now, the thing about that is I think I've sensed a turn, though, with this win here. When I was down in Atlanta, people time and time again would say, look, people want to dog Tom Brady and the Patriots, but you've got to give the guys respect. You have to respect what they've done, because no one else is doing this type of stuff. And they continue to do it year after year. So now it's more about respect, I think, than it is hate.
such a great point, and we were talking about the differences in the parades, and every one of them feels different. I just felt an incredible sense of electric energy from these players, and Copley Square was on fire with energy when the Stars came through. I mean, they were just going nuts, and the dancing and the music. I looked at you, I said, it went by too fast. I didn't want it to end.
I know. We're going to have to get a few more duck boats, a few more players, I guess. But I'll tell you what, it was just the perfect stars aligning today. You had the great weather. You didn't have snow piles. You didn't have people bundled up in warm coats. They were able to, some cases, take their shirt off if they wanted, some of the guys. And that was players, that was fans. And just celebrate on a beautiful day in Boston, your team that has experienced what no other team really has. I mean, the Pittsburgh Steelers, they've won 6, but a couple of those had to go back a few years.
Right.
We're talking about the last 17 years here in New England, an abundance of riches. We're here in October on Halloween night for the Red Sox, and we wondered how the crowds would compare, and I have to believe today was much bigger than the Red Sox. Red Sox parade was great, but the Patriots fans have been doing this for a while, and they certainly came to the fore today.
And they came out early this morning. We've been talking a lot about the weather and just how nice it is today, but Kevin is telling us that things are going to get chilly midweek, right? So we timed this out perfectly.
It's interesting. They had it on a Tuesday. Typically, they'll wait another day oftentimes, so it would be tomorrow. But, think about the Patriots. This is another day that they can get home earlier to be with their families, to take part in the offseason, which, for these guys, think about 3 out of the last 4 out of the last 5 seasons, they've been to the Super Bowl. So, that being said, they're working later than every other team. All those players have been on the golf course for a while. They've been resting all those injuries that have built up in the course of a season. So, even one day extra for them is still going to be less than everyone else for an off season. So, they want to enjoy it. They want to get home to their families. Many of them go elsewhere to live, whether they live with their families in other states. So, today was the day to bring everybody together, celebrate it, pop the top off, and have great thoughts all the way going up until next season when we get into, of course, another banner being tossed up at Gillette Stadium. That's going to be a great night, and we're looking forward to it.
And hopefully we're in the same spot this time next year. We want to send it back to you, Blair and Heather, in the studio. For Mark and myself here from Copley Square, it's been an awesome afternoon, and Blair and Heather will send it to you guys.
Perfect.
Wiggy and Casey taking it here at Nesson, though.
That's right.
Thank you to our partners over at Boston 25 for their coverage. Matt Chatham, Michaela Vernava out there. You had Zach Cox out there. Everyone was out there. So thank you to everyone on the team for their coverage.
Yeah, they did a good job out there.
All of our photographers, all of the producers.
It was a great parade.
I'm going to knock on wood for hopefully we're doing this next year. So you have visual
We will
confirmation.
be doing this next year.
Okay.
We will.
For the Patriots. So then you'll have 7 T-shirts to buy. Not
7.
actually 7. They'll have the number 7 on them.
Right.
Because
And
there'll
we
be
could
7
come up
rings.
with another slogan. We've got, we got to figure out what the next slogan is. It's drive for 6 now. Stairway to 7. We got to kind of figure those things out.
All right, while Wiggy figures out the future merch that he's going to sell, there's Tom Brady. He's got a new TB Times edition. I don't know if that's Reptar. I don't know if maybe I'm too old and I just watched the Rugrats, but it's obviously beating up on a ram. There's lots of helicopters with searchlights, and yes, Tom Brady. He's the best. He is the greatest of all time. I won't refer to him as the animal. It is a big day in sports. You've got the parade. We just had 2 hours of it. But Nesson's coverage of sports today in Boston does not end. Tonight is going to be Patrice Bergeron's 1,000th game with the Bruins. Yeah, so they take on the Islanders tonight. We've got pregame coverage starting here at 6 o'clock. We'll take you through the game. Then on Nesson Sports today afterwards, they'll, of course, wrap up the Bruins game, talk about everything else going on, what's going on with Anthony Davis, and, of course, more from today's parade. Wiggy, thank you for joining us.
Not a problem. I had a pleasure.
Always a great time.
Yes, we had fun.
We did always have fun. So we will see you at 6 o'clock for Bruins pregame. Have a great day. Go Pats. Peace. 6.